And the Mets off to a good start thanks to Pete Alonso's 3-run homer. And Alonso leads off in the third with Winker and Marte to follow against Jack Flaherty. And again today, as we say, do or die must win for the Mets. If we've learned anything from this team over the last month, it is at the moment where you believe the least is the moment that they seem to come through. And today definitely felt like one of those days in this city until Alonso went deep his first time. Pitch, chopped foul off his foot. Count 0-1.
Remember, he's the guy that saved their season in Milwaukee.
And that was another moment of this season that, again, amazing magic happened, but the feeling of magic, why it is such an enormous thing that some of us will never forget, is because of the perils of the opposite. That was Alonso batting. 1 out, 2 outs away from elimination, down 2 runs. 0-1 to Pete. Fouled off, back to the screen, and the count 0-2.
You know what, Keith? I think it's also partially the character of this group, knowing that this group is having its one kick at the can, because it's going to be a different looking team next year. There's no getting around that.
Who knows what color threads Alonso will be wearing, if we'll be back here or not. 0-2 to Alonso. Check swing, ball in the dirt. He did not go. And a count now a ball and 2 strikes. And yeah, Nimmo will be here. Lindor will be here. Vientos will be here. Alvarez. Marte, Taylor. There's some names that'll be here, but a lot of pitching. Who will be here next year for the Mets? And who'll be playing first base? 1-2. Grounded foul down third, over by Mike Sarbaugh. Picks it up, turns and flings it high over the net into somebody probably wearing a Pete Alonso jersey, hoping he gets to wear it here next year. Alonso had his first home run of this series in the first inning. 1-2 from Flaherty. High and outside, a fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, that Milwaukee game, the games in Philadelphia, where the Mets in that first one against Wheeler were down for the entire game. Felt like, well, this one's going to belong to the Phillies. Well, they came back in that one too. 2-2. Just missed away, tried a backdoor sinker, and the count full. Flaherty in this outing hasn't struck out a soul. 52 pitches, nobody out in the third. Winds and fires the payoff to Pete. Low and away, he walked him. So Alonso with a leadoff free pass sets the table for Jesse Winker. And Mets baseball brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact the dealer for a great deal today, or visit tryhondadealers.com. Already up 3-1. Mets with the table set here in the third. And here's Winker. Grounded out to the right side his first time, a left-hand hitter. First pitch to Winker, outside, ball 1. Now Winker with great numbers against Flaherty. That goes back to the NL Central days where Flaherty was wearing a Cardinal jersey, Winker wearing a Cincinnati Reds uniform. 8 for 21 during the regular season. 5 extra base hits against Jack Flaherty. 1-0 off the plate. He missed again. 2 balls and no strikes. Antoine Richardson is talking to Pete Alonso, who you would never think would be a base stealing participant, but he's 2 for 2 in the postseason. You never know. Flaherty ready to go on 2-0. Here comes. Breaking ball low. Ball 3. And again, Marte on deck, then Taylor and McNeil in the bottom of the lineup. Now, Winker is certainly going to pick out a good one. Probably green lighted on 3-0, especially with his numbers against Flaherty. Just sees him well. Flaherty's pitch. Off the plate, a 4-pitch walk. And so as much as the Mets have walked the Dodgers all series, the Mets have now walked 4 times against Flaherty, including back-to-back walks to open up the bottom of the third. 2 on, nobody out for Marte, and here comes Mark Prior again. Mark Prior, the pitching coach for these Dodgers. And again, you talk about the job Dave Roberts has had to do this year. Well, Mark Prior, a pitching coach, is only as good as some of the names that he trots out there every 5 days. Every single day in his case has had to deal with basically a ton of injuries. The only healthy guys remaining, Walker Buehler, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Jack Flaherty, who right now is feeling it in Game 5. Unlike feeling it in a good way in game one, where he went 7 scoreless. Mets couldn't touch him in game one. As that meeting wraps up on the mound, a look out to the bullpen. Anthony Banda, the lefty, getting up in that bullpen for the Dodgers. Again, no lead is safe against LA. Mets know that, especially when you're down 3-1. Can never take your foot off the gas, but when you have a moment to really let it rip, like the Mets do now, they got to let it rip. Nobody out, 2 on. Corners in against Marte. Hernandez and Edman back up the middle. Flaherty set. His pitch. Bonchon pulled back. Breaking ball, strike. Flaherty ahead, 0-1. Marte doubled down the right field line his last time, but could be moving a runner or the runners over here to set up second and third for Taylor behind him, but who knows. Pitch. Takes all the way and takes inside. He kept the bat back, wasn't showing bunt, and it's a ball and a strike. Now the Dodgers are not convinced. They still have Freeman in at first and Muncy at third. Other thing too, Mets have not tested Freeman defensively in this series with that hobbled ankle. Flaherty set, the 1-1. Marte rips it down the left field line. That is a base hit going to the corner. Alonso rounds third. He will score. Winker chugging. He's heading around third. He's coming home. The throw to the plate, not in time. 2-run double, Starling Marte. 5-1, Mets in the third. They are not done yet. They've added on against Jack Flaherty. 2 doubles today for Starling Marte. Nobody out in the third inning. Mike Sarbaugh sent Pete Alonso, and then to take a good look, Sarbaugh stepped on the third baseline and sent Winker. And you know where he sent Winker? I think Sarbaugh was basically on the field. Winker ran around the third base coach. You never see that happen. And Winker came in to score.
Better be careful not to make contact. Coach cannot make contact with a runner when the ball's in play.
First pitch to Taylor. He stings one left center field. Hernandez over to his left. Makes a running catch. Picked it out of the sky and now fires back in. Now Taylor stung that one, but it hung up enough for Hernandez. That's the first out, but think about how loud of an out it was against Flaherty. So runner at second base, that's Marte, the hero of the third inning so far. 5-1 Met lead. Trying to stave off elimination. Trying to get on that plane and force a game 6. Still very early, but a big 5-1 lead. Here's McNeil. First pitch. Popped up foul out of play behind third. The count 0-1. Well, Anthony Banda has since sat down, and again, he's the only lefty in that bullpen for the Dodgers. Well, here's McNeil, a lefty. Well, not going to use him now, and a couple batters away, you have Nimmo, a lefty. But they're going to stick with Flaherty here. 0-1. Little number towards short. Edman charges. Runner crossing over. Edman fires to first to get McNeil for the second out, and Marte gets the third. So McNeil, a little tapper off the top of the bat, is retired. This brings up Francisco Alvarez, who last time up shot a double right over Betts' head in right field. Again for Dave Roberts with Jack Flaherty. He's in a spot too where Carlos Mendoza's been a little bit in this series, where you're down a little bit bigger than you'd like. You might as well stick with the starter just to get innings. First pitch. Breaking ball hits the outside corner, strike one.
And again, worth pointing out, even though there is the off day tomorrow, there is very much the specter of a bullpen game being necessary for Roberts and the Dodgers in game 6. He's trying to save a few if he can early.
2 outs, runner at third, 5-1 Mets. Pitch to Alvarez, hit hard, base hit left field between Edman and Muncy. Marte scores, 6-1 Mets. 2 banged balls today by Alvarez. This one brings in a run, and the 22-year-old is 2 for 2 here today against Flaherty. That's a response today for the Mets. Well, certainly as this series unfolded the last 2 nights in their own building, they've been worked by this Dodgers team. And with their backs fully against the wall, they have punched back and have a 6-1 lead. And here's Lindor with a runner on and 2 outs. 65 pitches for Jack Flaherty. You wouldn't recognize him from game 1 with what's happened here today. First pitch. A little bit low, missed with a fastball, ball 1. So Lindor is going to hit for the third time. And we're here in the bottom of the third inning. It's a pretty good start for any leadoff hitter. The 1-0 on the outside corner, a fastball strike, and it's 1-1. You can hear this crowd singing "My Girl" by the Temptations. And Lindor switched to that song as his walk-up, coincidentally, during that fateful Dodgers series at the end of May. The 1-1, ripped down the right field line, base hit, disappearing to the corner. Alvarez round second, heading for third. Betts trying to fish it out. Alvarez getting waved around. He will score. Lindor to third, a stand-up triple. It is 7-1. New York Mets in the bottom of the third inning. Lindor's second hit. He's at third. This place is on its feet here at Citi Field.
Wonder what the Temptations have booked for the next few days. Maybe they want to get on the charter with the Mets and do a couple of gigs in Los Angeles.
Now Betts bobbled the ball in the corner. We can't see down that line deep into the corner, so who knows how they score this. But Lindor's at third nonetheless, and here's Nimmo with 2 outs. Pitch. Breaking ball low. 1 ball and no strikes. Now they have ruled it a triple for Lindor, his first playoff triple. 2 for 3 in the game. Now righty Flaherty's 1-0. Up and away, 2 balls and no strikes. And now it's starting to be it's kind of a statement for Dave Roberts to Flaherty. He's at 70 pitches in the third inning. Not through it yet. Nobody up in that Dodger bullpen. And when the Mets walked into this series, okay, we're going to see Flaherty, Yamamoto, and Buehler. All 3 have taken their lumps at times. Not a terrifying starting rotation. But the Mets hadn't really come up with a big hit. Well, they've had big hit after big hit after big hit today against Flaherty. The 2-0. Ripped to the right side. Base hit. Here comes another run. Lindor trots home. It's 8-1 Mets. Nimmo with a banging line drive over Kike Hernandez. A single to right. What an inning for the Mets. They've scored 5 times against Jack Flaherty. And still nobody up in that bullpen.
I guess Flaherty was briefed before the game about exactly what the Dodgers needed. And within that conversation, every potential scenario must have come up. But this guy's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. And of course, the Dodgers can still win this series and go on, but it's a weird message.
First pitch to Vientos, bends down and away. 1 ball and no strikes.
How much of a beating do you want to let him take?
This is the 9th man of the inning that he's going to face. 72 pitches. Mark Pryor was on the bullpen phone, but nobody moved. Bullpens are empty in right center. 1-0. Down and in, off the glove of the catcher Smith to the backstop. Nimmo springs for second. He is there without a throw. Should be a pass ball against Will Smith. We'll see. But in any event, Nimmo is now another potential runner in scoring position. Already 8-1 Mets, 3 in the first. A 5-spot slap here in the third. Vientos 0 for 2, a couple of deep flyouts. 2-0. There's a strike outside corner. It's 2-1.
It is a pass ball, by the way.
Thank you. Infield is back. Flaherty just dying to finish this inning. 2-1. Vientos hits a ground ball to short. Edman to his left, scoops it up, whips it over in time. Vientos is down, but the Mets are up and up big. 5 runs cross this crowd at Citi Field, comes to its feet. The Mets will go to the 4th inning with an 8-1 lead over LA in a do-or-die must-win for the Mets on Odyssey Mets Radio, driven by your Tri-Honda dealers.